Hare Krishna, Sukirti Madhavi, and I welcome you all for this very important session where we will be answering this question, when will Bhagavad Gita reveal itself? Now we may start thinking that Bhagavad Gita is so widely available. You may have a copy of Bhagavad Gita at home. In fact, BBT has translated Bhagavad Gita into more than 100 languages. So why this question? It is available all over the internet. So either the hard copy or the soft copy, I just have to open the book, flip over the pages, go through it, and that's how I get the knowledge. So why is this session? Because, my dear friends, Bhagavad Gita is the transcendental sound vibration. These are the instructions of the Supreme Lord Himself, and we need a certain specific mindset and attitude to understand this Bhagavad Gita. So in today's session, that is our attempt. Let us see what Bhagavad Gita says as when and to whom will it reveal itself. So starting from chapter 2, because chapter 1 is all about the introduction, the setting, the scene for Bhagavad Gita. And in chapter 2, verse number 7, Arjun approaches Krishna and he says, Shishyasteham shadhi mam tvam prapannam. He accepts the position of a shishya or a disciple. He says, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So we all know that Arjun is a mighty warrior who is well trained in the principles of dharma, and yet he reaches at certain crossroad in his life that he could not execute his duty. He was here completely confused because he is seeing all his family members, all his extended family, friends, relatives, everyone gathered in that battlefield, but on the opposite side. So he is confused there and he is asking Krishna. He is seeking help for Krishna. So Arjun is here like a military man who's refusing to fight. And here Arjun says, what he says, I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. So from this moment onward, there is a change in the relationship. Though they were very close friends, but here Arjun is specifically asking Krishna for instructions. And similarly, we in our life, we have to turn towards Krishna, recognize his presence and ask him for his instructions, and of course follow what he says. So this is the first important significant thing, that we have to surrender to Krishna, accept him as Guru and seek instructions. Let's proceed further, and here comes the Krishna's reciprocation. So Krishna says in verse number 3 of chapter 4, that very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. If we read the exact Sanskrit, actually Krishna says, Bhakto si me sakha cheti, you are my devotee as well as friend. Now, who is a devotee? So devotee is a person who has devotion, who has accepted Krishna as the Supreme Lord, and he surrenders to Krishna. He accepts the will of the Supreme Lord and he wants to live his life in giving pleasure to the Supreme Lord, in satisfying that will of the Supreme Lord, that what my Lord wants and how can I satisfy that. So that is a devotee. Krishna also says here, Sakha or friend. So friend is a person who is always there for you in your thicks and thins throughout your life, someone who's always there along with you, who thinks of your well-being, not necessarily what you think is right, but what is actually right as per the scriptures, as per the shastras. He gives you those advices. That person is a friend. So we have to accept Krishna, we have to surrender to Krishna, we have to become his devotee and his friend, and this is then Krishna's reciprocation would happen and the knowledge transfer would happen. And moving further, here we see the essential qualification. So here in the 9th chapter, Krishna says, Idam tu te guhyaptamam pravakshami anasuyave jnanam vijnanam sahitam yad gyatva mokshase shubhat. He says, The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence." So here the entire emphasis is on one word, never envious of Krishna. What is envy? Envy means hatred. Envy means extreme dislike. Envy means the tendency to find fault with other person. Envy means not acceptance of the other person. And Krishna says one has to be not envious. So here we need to understand this word has two aspects. One is that I should not be envious, and second is I should not receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita from those people who are envious. So we may find people who are envious and yet they talk about Krishna, and we must not hear from them. We must discard those who do not accept the personal form of Krishna. We must not listen to those who say that Krishna is a mythological character. We must not hear from them who criticizes Krishna and puts them down. We must not listen from them who do not follow the Shastras. We do not hear or receive this knowledge unless it is coming in a bona fide Guru Shishya Parampara. So this is how Bhagavad Gita has to be received, that one receives the knowledge through a bona fide Guru Shishya Parampara from a non-envious person. Otherwise, our faith would be poisoned and our spiritual life would be destroyed before it begins. So this we saw today as what is the attitude in which we get to understand Bhagavad Gita. Hope that you like this session. So here what I want all of you to do is that in the comment section below, I want you to write down any one thing which is measurable and which you would bring change in your life, so that takes you closer to Krishna. Any one thing which makes you more devotional, which makes your surrender increase. So write that in the comment section. Would love to hear from all of you. And before we sign out, announcement about our Gita Made Easy course. So here we are coming up with a Gita Made Easy course. As the name says, it's a 18 days, 18 chapter course where we'll be presenting you a very, very simplified form of Bhagavad Gita. The batches starts on the 18th of June from 7 p.m. So to register, the details are given in the description window. Kindly visit our website studygita.com, and thank you all very much. Signing off, Sukirti Madhavi. Hare Krishna.